Ey, ich habe ein neues Video gesehen. Peptides, the controversial rise of miracle health drugs.
Depending on who you ask, injectable peptides will either turn you into a shredded, glowing, injury-proof superhuman, or a cancer-ridden goblin. And right now, everyone has an opinion, because peptide pop...
Ich glaube, ich bin eher Team 2, dass ich sag, Bro, die werden nicht gut für euch sein. Und ich bin wieder maximal überbürdig, perfekt, geil. Weil es auch kein Research dazu gibt. Also, du kaufst es ja dann auch auf irgendwelchen shady Shit-Websites, wo du nicht mal weißt, was da drin ist. Und selbst wenn da Laboranalysen sind, so, Bro, jemand, der was Illegales verkauft, der wird dann auch keinen Halt machen, also jetzt auf alles bezogen, auch auf Roids und so, einfach eine Laboranalyse zu fälschen. So, das macht dann ja auch keinen Unterschied mehr. Deswegen, ich sage im Vorhinein schon, ich bin maximal biased, bleibt netty, haut euch nicht so eine Scheiße rein, haut euch keinen Stoff rein, haut euch nicht irgend so einen Dreck rein, auch wenn jetzt mittlerweile einfach Leute das fürs Aussehen machen. Nicht mal Gym und Performance, dass du sagst, ich will Bodybuilder sein oder ich will das, sondern irgendwie, ich will weniger Hunger haben oder mein Jaw soll ich verändern und all so eine Scheiße. So, holy shit, wir sind so cooked, die Gesellschaft ist so cooked.
Popularity is on a steep rise. Sam Sulek, one of the most loved bodybuilders.
Bro, der hat jetzt ein Placement dafür. Also wirklich nur Liebe an Sam Sulek, ne? Ich habe nur irgendwie gesehen, er meinte, er hat jetzt mit einer Peptide-Company ein Sponsoring und eine Partnerschaft und da auch Prozente und alles dran. Ich habe noch nicht reingeguckt, was genau das jetzt heißt. Ich muss noch mal reinschauen, was es mit Sam Sulek ist, oder er erklärt es jetzt, weil holy shit, also wie kannst du dann mit einer jungen Audience das auch verantworten, hä? Das ist wie ein Casino-Deal, legit. Also du fixst einfach deine Zuschauerschaft damit.
He posted an AI ad in which his leg gets mutilated, so he reaches for peptides, is instantly healed as he headshots 2 droids. Their promotion is insane.
BPC 157 haben wir auch schon ein Video von James Smith dazu gesehen. Ist halt, wenn du Verletzungen hast, dass du eventuell schneller heilen sollst dadurch. Bro, bitte nehmt so eine Scheiße nicht. Und vor allem nicht, weil es irgendeine AI-YouTube-Ad sagt von eurer Lieblingsinfluencer, so dann seid ihr ganz verloren. Dann checkt lieber Evo ab, denn wir haben heute den neuen Evo Bar released. Ist, glaube ich, mit mein Favorite jetzt, mit Double Chocolate zusammen und Strawberry, auch übel sick. Check's einfach ab, Link in der Beschreibung. Dann könnt ihr euch wenigstens was Richtiges holen. Nicht so eine Scheiße, holy shit.
Every single celebrity that you idolize is taking peptides.
Even mums are promoting them on Instagram.
Let's do 5 injections.
Peptides that make you look and feel 10 years younger? Yep.
Is anyone eating anymore? Or is it just needles?
Injectable research chemicals are being promoted as safest.
Ist es Noel, oder? Oder habe ich den gerade verwechselt? Nee, es müsste sein. Von Hikodi, wo die sich jetzt ja getrennt haben.
Steroids, miracle fat loss jabs, the key to youthful skin. Some even liken them to the limitless pill.
This is a miracle.
Yeah. What is this?
Sir Morellin.
Why are we not on?
But while influencers are making bold claims, researchers are more concerned.
I couldn't be more against this BS.
Some are calling this the most egregious case of scientific overreach they've ever seen. The FDA banned many of these compounds in 2023. So why are so many people...
Also es gibt so viele Stellen, wo du dir gerade denkst, was zum Fick geht hier ab? Auch, dass es dann nicht nur irgendwelche Hardcore-Bodybuilder machen und sich dann da irgendwelche Hormone reinhauen, sondern du hast da, wie gesagt, einfach Teenager. Und die Richtung, wie das vermarktet wird, ist ja sogar an Teenager, also an Minderjährige, die dann halt noch mehr Insecurities haben, wo du dann sagst, ja, komm, du musst dir hier nur ein paar Peptides reinhauen und dann geht's dir besser. So, holy shit. Ich will nicht wissen, wie viele Leute da dann auch sich nicht mal Peptides reinhauen, sondern da kann ja alles drin sein. Und dann willst du vielleicht so, ja, dass sie mehr Wirkung haben. Und dann denkst du nimmst da Peptides und dann nimmst du Testo, dann hast du auf einmal krasse Wirkung und denkst, oh mein Gott, die Peptides funktionieren und bestellst immer mehr und nimmst, keine Ahnung, zu viel davon und am Ende ist irgendwie dann Organamasch. What the fuck? Also ich bin da halt auch nicht so deep drin, dass ich genau weiß, so, der Stoff macht das oder der bringt gar nichts. Aber allein dieses Konzept davon, Online-Roids oder Peptides sich zu bestellen, darauf zu vertrauen, das dann zu nehmen, holy shit.
Rejecting them. Why is everyone so confident? And with a list of benefits this long, why shouldn't you be on them too?
I should not be taking any peptides because the long-term effects are super scary. The fact that these vials can get you leaner, shredded, and get you more bitches is scary.
Yes, I take peptides.
Ja. Das ist das Marketing an erwachsene Leute. Willst du mehr Bitches? Hau dir Peptides rein.
So what? It's for my health. I've never felt better in my life. Never been in the best shape of my life until right now.
The benefits of peptides will always outweigh any sides.
This is your sign to hop on a peptide.
When I first started researching peptides, I wanted the claims to be true.
Können wir wieder dahin gehen, wo das ist, dieses This is your sign to log in oder to work oder go to the gym und nicht hau dir irgendwelche experimentellen Drogen rein?
These are substances that promise to improve nearly every part of your body with minimal to no side effects. So what actually are they? Injectable peptides are tiny protein fragments. They help your body do things like manage hormones, send brain signals, and repair damage. On one side, approved peptides. Compounds that have cleared clinical trials, earned regulatory sign-off, and are already embedded in medicine. So your insulins and GLP-1s. This is the stuff your doctor can actually hand to you. On the other side, experimental peptides. Unregulated, largely understudied, and restricted from compounding in the US by the FDA in 2023. These are the ones people are talking about when it sounds like they're reading out Wi-Fi passwords.
BPC 157, which is really good for recovering from soft tissue injuries, and that stuff is amazing.
I've been taking CJC 1295 for a little over a month now, and personally, I love it. Main things I've noticed from it: better sleep, better pumps in the gym, and better muscle recovery.
The weight loss peptides are magic fat loss and health elixirs.
If you're wondering whether you should get this, I say yes. In every way, yes.
Skin, sleep, libido, injury rehab, the list keeps going. And it's not just wellness influencers saying it.
A lot of the bodies you see in Hollywood films are on peptides.
I actually saw The Rock talking about peptide use recently, which was kind of like a...
Interesting.
Yeah.
The Rock? Ja, also unser Netty King, der natürlich niemals irgendwelche Steroids nimmt, redet jetzt darüber? What the fuck? Bro, sag mir nicht, der ist auch mit irgendeiner Firma gepartnert wie Sam jetzt. Holy shit. Dass man damit überhaupt gepartnert sein, ist insane.
Dipping his toes in the water.
There are now peptide raves, actual events where people celebrate injecting the stuff together. RFK, the American Secretary of Health, has stated he wants to end many of these peptides.
And we're going to end the war at FDA against alternative medicine. You know,
Thank
the
you.
war on stem cells.
Oh mein Gott,
chelating drugs.
Es wundert mich nicht. Du siehst die größten Scammer das dann wieder bewerben, ne? Holy shit.
Peptides.
What the
So
fuck,
wait,
man?
if they have all
Und wer trägt Stone Island? Also meine Cam war jetzt davor, aber what the fuck, bro?
these benefits, how did they end up getting banned?
Are peptides legal? Sort of. Sometimes. Some of them.
Wenn du
with
nicht
a
erwischt
prescription.
wirst,
In
ja.
September of 2023, the FDA added the overwhelming majority of popular peptides not yet available as prescription drugs to the Category 2 of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act.
Overnight, the compounds people have been injecting for years were suddenly off limits. Predictably, the peptide community wasn't happy.
Man, I used to love BPC 157 until the FDA just came down on it.
What the is that about?
Dude, it just...
Why did they do that?
Some companies went further and tried to sue the FDA. Because getting a drug approved isn't just paperwork. It can cost billions of dollars and often takes over a decade. So most companies never even bother putting these peptides through clinical trials in the first place.
It's legit, and unfortunately the FDA is trying to get rid of it.
But rush drugs have killed people before, and the approval process exists for a reason. The problem is, drug companies prioritize the compounds they can profit from the most. So many of these peptides never get studied properly. They just sit in limbo, and that gap in the market didn't stay empty for long. Compounding pharmacies found a loophole almost immediately. You can still sell banned peptides as long as you slap "for research purposes only" on the label.
If a seller provides human dosing and claims, the label research only is the legal equivalent of a fig leaf that they're using to cover their butt.
This is why having a Chinese peptide supplier became a little bit of a meme, because a significant chunk of what people are injecting right now
Das ist
is
so
coming
eine
from
andere Welt, ne? Weißt du, daran haben Eltern damals gedacht, als du meintest so, yo, ich will Kreatin nehmen. Und dann dachte ich, das kommt an und dass du sowas nimmst. Mittlerweile ist es einfach real geworden.
verified labs in China, using AI-generated images to look more legitimate than they are. China has become one of the largest manufacturers of active pharmaceutical ingredients in the world. There's less regulations, lower costs, and more product. It's a great equation for making a profit, and some of these suppliers aren't exactly subtle about it. They're operating openly on WhatsApp. So of course, we texted one. And after asking for prices and quality control, we got a bizarre amount of photos, product screenshots, and customer reviews. Proof of people paying over $1,000 for injectables shipped straight to their front door from an unverified lab. Which raises the most important question so far. Do these people actually know what they're shooting up? To be fair, the history of peptides suggests that even the scientists didn't always know what they're dealing with. The first major breakthrough came in the 1920s, when scientists used insulin to treat diabetic patients whose bodies couldn't produce it naturally. For the first time, a peptide was being used to save lives, but it wouldn't stay in medicine for long. By the 1980s, growth hormone was quietly becoming the drug of choice for elite athletes. Word would soon spread in gyms, with regular people taking them in order to look like their favorite bodybuilders. The side effects weren't pretty: disrupted hormones, organ growth, and in some cases, premature death. So research moved on. In the 1980s, researchers at the University of Arizona developed 2 compounds designed to trigger the body's tanning response without sun exposure. The idea was to protect people from skin cancer. One of the lead researchers injected himself with double the intended dose.
First time someone took this peptide, they had an 8-hour erection.
There isn't much money to be made in giving Luxmaxers a sick tan and super erections, but Melanotan 1 eventually got approved, but only for a rare light sensitivity disorder, affecting about 1 in 10,000 people worldwide. Not exactly a blockbuster, so the money went to a much more lucrative industry. Semaglutide, a GLP-1, originally designed for diabetes, then discovered to cause dramatic sustained weight loss. This one went mainstream. Celebrities, athletes, billionaires. A lot of people are now taking it, but these have extensive scientific backing.
Alle, ne? Also alle, die halt nicht irgendwie vorher schon wahrscheinlich fit waren und in der Fitnessbubble waren. Und teilweise halt auch, was ich auch nicht damals, das habe ich auch bei James kritisiert, ne, dass James hat es ja genommen, obwohl er einen normalen Body-Fat-Index hatte. Also, keine Ahnung, was das war, 15% oder so. Er wollte es halt einfach testen, wo ich mir denke, Bro, die Side-Effects, die du davon dann bekommen kannst, so klar, es muss nicht passieren, aber es kann passieren, und das dann zu benutzen, wenn du es nicht mal wirklich bräuchtest, ist auch wieder so insane.
Widely used for years now, which isn't so much the case for many of these peptides.
So if I run this code to get all of the clinical trials from the clinicaltrials.gov website, this is for everything with the keywords of GLP-1s. These are all of the trials I get. Now let's run the same code for BPC 157. Oh, found one study. One study.
The truth is, we just don't know what the long-term side effects of many of these are. Even insulin, one of the most well-studied peptides in history, will kill you if you dose it wrong. So what you're left with is a load of promising compounds stuck in limbo. And while they sit there, the internet fills the gap with guesswork and a lot of very confident influencers.
Das ist einfach alles Self-Trials, ne? Schön einfach selber ausprobieren, gucken, was passiert. Einfach selber. Ja, die machen sich einfach alles selber zum Experiment. Sowas zu machen ist für mich so weit weg, dass ich mich nicht mal in die Lage versetzen könnte und mir denke, yo, ich mach das jetzt oder teste das. Insane.
I'm about to do something crazy. I'm going to inject the GHKCU into my face.
When you mix unregulated compounds with overconfident influencers and zero accountability, you get some interesting results. Biohackers are writing what look like studies in Google Docs, then adding a purchase link at the bottom.
Same dose for the compounds you tested the mice on is the same that you're suggesting to humans? This isn't just misinformation, this is counterfeit science.
When a peptide shows promising results in a rodent study, that gets posted online as proof. But what doesn't get posted is the context. The average rate of animal study results carrying over to humans in cancer research is less than 8%.
Retatrutide might be the most powerful anti-cancer drug.
That claim came from one study on rodents. We've also got sports science doctors suggesting everyone, even healthy people, should be taking peptides.
My friend, Dr. Mike Israetel, a famous YouTuber, you might have heard of him, made this post on Instagram. My wacky but evidence-based opinion, most adults should consider taking tirzepatide, even if they aren't overweight. Its non-weight mediated health benefits are massive. The biggest issue I have with this statement is the combination of the term evidence-based along with the fact that he's advocating for people to take this even when not overweight.
Suggesting a healthy person should be taking drugs is questionable at best. But if the study...
Das meine ich auch gerade mit James. Also so, der ist halt gesund oder scheint gesund, und dann sowas zu nehmen oder sagen, man sollte es nehmen, weiß ich nicht. Vor allem, wenn es eh schon viel zu viel gepusht wird, dass alle jetzt auf Stoff gehen, und ja, wir wiederholen uns.
Eventually show to increase cancer risk or heart risk. You can't undo the years that you spent injecting something that we didn't fully understand. Dr. Mike would actually agree.
The idea of hype itself is antithetical to the scientific mind frame.
A lot of the hype is claiming peptides can do things which they're just not capable of, like 4 weeks of GEKENNZEICHNET changing your life.
But it's also one of the slowest acting compounds in the space. You do not rebuild collagen architecture and remodel tissue in 4 fucking weeks.
Exaggerated timelines, cherry-picked studies, and the fear of missing out, all pushing people towards compounds they don't understand. There's an old maxim in medicine: a drug with no side effects is a drug that doesn't do anything.
There is no biological free lunch.
Every compound that genuinely alters your biology carries a
Was
risk.
hat Goku mal gesagt? Keine Wirkung ohne Nebenwirkung? Wo ist der eigentlich? Der ist komplett verschwunden, ne? Ich glaube, der macht gar nichts mehr, seit Jahren aber schon. Da habe ich mir da auch immer damals schon die Videos angeschaut. Holy shit, Fitness OG.
And that risk changes dramatically when there's no long-term data or medical supervision.
There's a problem with relying on anecdotes about what has worked for other people. Why? Well, because we can never be sure about what's actually going on.
Because anecdotally, people also report this.
Retatrutide put me in the hospital for 3 days with necrotizing pancreatitis, which means my pancreas was so inflamed that parts of it weren't getting blood flow and ended up dying off.
Safe, yeah.
And then there's what you're actually injecting. According to a company that tests unregulated peptides, the purity of different peptides varies majorly, with one peptide varying between 1.7 to 100% purity.
There's no quality.
Auch in dem Video mit den Kreatin-Gummies, wo dann teilweise nicht mal Kreatin drin war. Und das sind ja offizielle Firmen. Was glaubt ihr, was da denn passiert bei unregulierten Firmen? So, hä, die denken halt nur an Profit, Bro. Die schicken dir irgendeine Scheiße und denken sich, Junge, der haut sich eh rein. Wer schickt das schon ins Büro? Ins Büro, ja moin. In ein Lab, um das zu testen. Und selbst wenn das jemand macht, machen die einfach zu, machen einen neuen Namen auf und schicken es wieder raus.
Control. There's no overseeing body. You have no idea about purity or potency. You could be buying something that's totally inert or something that's completely mislabeled. Who knows?
But even the more legitimate research-grade market isn't perfectly safe.
I think the research-grade peptide market might be the dirtiest of them all. I sent in a bottle of retatrutide to get tested. They claimed it had 60 milligrams. Turned out it had 108 milligrams, 80% more, or 180% of the label claim. And if you think, oh, that's great, it's almost double, you're an idiot.
Some peptides will be found unsafe. Many will get approved, like insulin or GLP-1s. But these still aren't miracle drugs. Dr. Oz was literally taken to court for making that claim about supplements, let alone injectables, which people are often sourcing from sketchy suppliers. You should have a good reason to inject something, and an even better one to inject something unverified. But beyond the optimistic predictions, a big reason influencers are pushing grey market peptides so hard is the insane amount of money they're making from the craze. Just type in peptides on TikTok and see for yourself.
And the way they sell them, they don't make it sound like these are chemicals being injected in your body.
Ja, es klingt so, als wenn ich euch über, keine Ahnung, Whey-Protein erzähle oder Kreatin, wie ihr es nehmen sollt. So klingt es dann, wenn die sagen, ja, hau dich hier ABC 356 rein und dann wirst du stärker, mehr Muskeln, weniger Fett. Jemand schenkt dir auch noch einfach Geld, du wirst reich.
Sound just like a cute hobby.
Und dann an
There's something
Jugendliche
interesting about these accounts though. They all have a link in their bio. I'm no expert, but these people don't seem like scientists. So what's going on here? It's extremely common for vendors, sellers of these research chemicals, to give out affiliate links to anyone who wants to promote them, promising around a 10 to 15% commission or a discount in return. And all of this is technically above board, as influencers affiliated with the companies promote the product for human use, while the company itself doesn't. But it's not a surprise as to why the vendors want to promote their product so much. According to one source, in 2024, the global therapeutic peptide market was estimated at over $100 billion. In 2030, it's expected to reach $260 billion. Billionaires are investing into peptide research. There's longevity clinics, with some giving out peptide injections, along with champagne and light bites, because peptides appeal to everyone, whether you're into fitness or not. They have the appeal of being a shortcut into a natural and good-looking appearance. But shortcuts attract young and naive people.
The best peptide hiding spot. Sorry, Mom.
I remember being a teenager, seeing how other skinny people were being made fun of online. At that point, I didn't care about potential side effects or dirty suppliers. I just wanted a fix. And that feeling is what a lot of the marketing is built on. The hype is moving faster than the research, and no one profiting from it has any reason to pump the brakes.
Gutes Video, scary Video. Wir sind so doomed, ne? egal wohin du guckst, man hat das Gefühl, es wird immer schlechter. Es geht immer mehr bergab.